Hello and welcome to the Cryptonaut podcast. My name is Mark Storrs and I'm here hanging out. As always, he's a little bit under the weather, folks, but he's back, Mr. Robert Thomas Morphy II.
I hate to disappoint.
Dude, here we are.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, this is a very special announcement because we didn't know about this until the day that it broke, but you, my good friend, are officially in a documentary on the Discovery/Travel channel called The Devil's Academy.
Yeah, so it seems. And no one was more surprised than me.
Me neither.
I mean, I knew I filmed the interview, obviously, but I had no idea when it was going to be on. In fact, I had completely given up on it.
I believe you and I collectively had given up on it. I understand that
production is a process.
Exactly. But we hadn't heard from anybody, and we were all super hyped that you did this. And I believe on a Flip on the Discord sent me a message. He's like, well, there's a documentary with Rob. I'm like, what? And then I looked, I'm like, dude. So everybody out there, again, this is the Devil's Academy. It is available on Discovery, not Discovery.
Right.
Discovery Plus and the Travel Channel.
Yeah.
You can check it out there.
I think the next time I know it's airing, it aired last night a few times, is noon this Sunday, March 5th.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
So I don't know if this is actually going to be released after that. So
it is.
So that does you no good.
It's okay, though.
But yeah.
But
get the free trial, do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm in the description of this podcast. I'm going to put a link to the Amazon Prime Video version of it because it's like $4.99 a month. You can get like a free a trial period or whatever. So you can check it out there. And yeah, it's streaming everywhere. It's super cool. It's an awesome time. We're actually going to have a little behind the scenes in Patreon that Rob's probably not prepared for.
Oh, I'm utterly unprepared.
I'm going to be asking you all the behind the scenes questions about a documentary that you filmed.
Oh my God.
a year and a half ago.
Good Lord.
So there it is. Thank you all for checking that out. Yes, we are back. Unfortunately, yes, we did miss a week. Oddly enough, though, even though we did miss a week, your doc dropped on Sunday, so that kind of covered us for Sunday and Monday. It was
convenient.
It was not the John Womack Weirdos Part 2 that we're going to be doing right now. But if there was ever a time to have something drop, it's on a day when you're like, Uncle Bob's got some strep throat. We can't be recording shit because the motherfucker can't talk. But guess what? You can go watch his sweet bald ass on Discovery Plus.
That's true.
So there
we
it
aim
is.
to please.
Yes. All right, Robert. Womack's Weirdos Part 2, The Trip, we are getting started with. In 1975, a man named John Womack was cruising down a rural Alabama road, never once suspecting that he, like a cosmic Alice in Wonderland, was just seconds away from hurtling down a ufological rabbit hole inhabited by silver saucers, sentient fireballs, liquid light, octo-plants, and an increasingly outlandish array of enigmatic entities engaged in an epic crusade to rid the galaxy of invisible, evil spirits through the use of anti-demon pills.
That's something, ain't it?
Dude, I actually had to go back and re-listen to the episode because for some reason, within a week's time, I have like a goldfish memory.
Right.
And it just all came rushing back. I'm like, oh my God, this is the goofiest shit ever. So, also, too, real quick up top, we want to give a huge thanks to our buddy, Mr. Cole Harold, for the research he did. And as it turns out, our good buddy, Mr. Rob Christofferson, there from Our Strange Skies, who actually took the pictures from the original
the booklet,
the booklet that this guy released.
The autobiographical booklet that John Womack released. Rob, has the only copy of it that I'm familiar with, and he was kind enough to send it to Cole and disseminate the information as he's always wanted to do. He's always super generous with information, and absolutely. I mean, his podcast is absolutely brilliant, and he's absolutely brilliant. So check out Our Strange Skies immediately if you haven't so far. But yeah, we owe him a big thank you as well. So
he pointed out that in the picture you can see his thumb.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, totally.
So there it is. So Robert, without further ado, Womack's Weirdos Part 2, The Trip.
We here at Cryptonaut Podcast often cite a particular creature or case as being amongst the oddest of their ilk. While there is perhaps a degree of hyperbole in such declarations, it is usually offered with sincere intent and is used to describe a critter or circumstance that is even further beyond the already shadowy margins occupied by more traditional paranormal phenomenon, and therefore, by definition, already bizarre. Yes. We like weird shit. Period. Full stop.
I want that as a shirt so bad.
Really, though.
We like weird shit.
I mean, that's it. That's our bread and butter.
People are going to be like, they're talking about shit or like weird things.
But there's weird. Then there's really weird. Then there's batshit crazy. Then there's triple dog dare batshit crazy. And then there's the John fucking Womack abduction. And that is a whole other breed of nuts.
Nice.
Imagine, if you will, what might have happened if, in a flash of incalculable Hollywood brilliance, the powers that be at Columbia Pictures had not only decided to greenlight a sequel to Steven Spielberg's celestial magnum opus, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, my favorite Spielberg film, obs, even though I love Jaws 2 and Indiana, but but also made the bold stroke of taking it in a wholly new direction by hiring Salvador Dali to direct the second installment of the ill-fated earthling Roy Neary's Interplanetary Odyssey. If the images that are currently racing through your head include technology that is somehow both outrageously futuristic and at the same time clunkier than World War II surplus radios, then you've already taken a step in the right direction. Now close your eyes and try to picture the kind of bat balls alien entities that the unmitigated master of surrealism and Raleigh Fingers mustaches might have conjured up. How about brutish, hulking, 8-foot-tall giants that are smothered with hair everywhere save their semi-simian faces and domed heads a la the late, great George the Animal Steel, who we mentioned last week.
Big rips, brother. Big rips.
Pretty good start, you say? But not quite as weird as you were hoping? Gotcha. Try emaciated, duck-headed humanoids with huge hands, brillowy mutton chops, and a dolphin's beak whose voices are dead ringers for tree frogs. Warmer, right? Okay. How do you feel about 6-clawed crabmen with twin antennae and Amish beards waddling around on seal flippers with permanent grins plastered across their inhuman faces? Now we're cooking with gas. Now, just for shits and giggles, let's throw in an undulating octo-plant with writhing tentacles desperate to scoop up said crabmen, an interspecies communication device attached by honest-to-God old-timey wires to a handheld transistor radio and a solid gold helmet, and seeing as we've already pissed any connection to reality as we know it out the window, let's round out this cosmic crudité platter with a healthy serving of anti-demon pills, which upon consumption purge all of the invisible diabolical agents hiding within your body through a process known as, I absolutely shit you not, scientific exorcism. It's the old phrase, living better through chemistry, taken to a whole other level.
Dude, that is a whole fucking trip right there.
That's a wrap. In case for some reason, if you're jumping in balls deep in part 2 and you're like, fuck it, I don't need Womack's Weirdos 1. You're getting it.
It is, dude. You better call up Joe Dorosky. We're doing this shit.
Oh my gosh. As much as all of the above may seem like outtakes from a particularly vivid LSD-infused fever dream, every single word of it was declared to be true by a man named John Womack, who chronicled his almost perniciously psychedelic account in an 18-page booklet printed in 1975 under the deceptively prosaic title, I Was Picked Up by a UFO.
Could use a better title, but you know what? It's straight and to the point.
But it has the haunting subtitle, An Incredible True Story, and It Could Happen to You. So fucking be careful.
I really like the danger aspect.
I know.
You think you're safe, but guess what? You're not.
Fuck you. I thought I was safe.
Yeah, oh no.
Driving through the old Tennessee River Basin in Alabama.
You're not.
Hooting and hollering, having a good time, listening to the radio, presumably.
Yeah, no, you're never safe.
You're never safe.
No.
This account was published by Hugh Helms of Cullman, Alabama, who at some point during the months following the April 1975 abduction had managed to secure the exclusive rights to the tale from Womack himself. Specifically when this occurred, or how it was that Helm came to know Womack and hear his outlandish story, is not known, at least by yours truly. But the story he would tell would be one for the ages. So we're just going to pop a few highlights in, get us back up to speed, because remember, it was like a fucking outlandish My Dinner with Andre. It was a big whole conversation.
Pretty wonky.
And it's been 2 weeks. So we're just going to get into the cockeyed case by reintroducing some elements. So first off, after chasing a flaming orb that dropped out of the sky, which traced a winding road and began frolicking in an open field, John Womack was astonished by the sight of a colossal flying saucer that hovered over the same meadow, flooding it with a substance resembling golden lava. I'm not going with golden showers here, just a whole new level, which spewed from the base of the silver saucer and spread across the grass like liquid light. As soon as this oozing luminescence began to spill onto the gravel road, John, who was desperately trying to re-enter his car, was suddenly struck by a red beam and blacked out. he awoke inside a self-illuminated room within the craft, sitting near a massive computer bank with a gold helmet strapped to his head, surrounded by an array of bizarre beings, the ones mentioned earlier. John was later informed by the emaciated, green-clad, dolphin-billed entity, who he would refer to as the leader, that he had been rendered unconscious, injected with chemicals designed to prevent shock or any subsequent life or death coronary issues that may have come from the surprise of being abducted by aliens. So apparently they've had bad experiences in the past.
They've killed people. 100%.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And then he was ordered above the hovering ship. John was unable to understand the creature's frog-like croaks until the words were spoken into a handheld device connected via a thick cord to a massive machine and then translated into English. Likewise, by speaking into the boxy mechanism, John's words were translated into croaks, which is a whole hell of a lot different than the usual telepathic display
how
that
do
the
you
Greys
even
and others use.
begin to do that?
I mean, it makes more sense. It's more...
It's
but guts, I was about to say, but like nuts and bolts. Guts and nuts and bolts.
And the communication's guttural. It's actually coming not from your fucking mind, but from your throat.
And to use technology to do this kind of translation makes sense.
Yeah.
Telepathy seems like it's a whole other thing. Like you have to be at a certain level of intellectual capacity to, I think, be able to communicate not only telepathically, obviously, but in other languages to completely other cultures.
It's a whole commitment.
Yeah. You
can't.
And you can't, you're not going to find that on Babelfish or
whatever.
The Idiot's Guide to fucking
Rosetta
telepathy.
Stone.
That's what I was thinking of. Yep.
Yeah.
The pair discussed all manner of topics, including the aliens' diet, which was made up of plant-based pills, no meat for these motherfuckers, cosmic geography, and most intriguingly, the fact that the universe was filled with invisible evil agents, known as demons, who were able to infiltrate the minds of all sentient species, causing them to be violent, greedy, and depressed. But these celestial missionaries weren't all doom and gloom, as they had found a way to repel the ubiquitous brain demons through the use of a pharmacological miracle known as the aforementioned anti-demon pill.
Which I'm just going to go out and say here, like, you know what? I got one. You know what it's called? Wellbutrin.
Aha.
There you go.
Yeah.
See? That's my anti-demon pill.
If you want to mix it up with some Vicodin and a shot, then not demigods, not fucking demons, not angels, not fucking frogmen, nothing is going to fucking break your high.
The Wellbutrin will keep the demons away. The whiskey will keep the devil away.
There it is.
Or the cocaine will bring him.
Oh, yeah,
one of the two.
Coke always brings the devil. I mean, we always have 3 lines next to the devil's head on the table. Not that we're going to use them. They're for the devil. Obs.
Clearly.
That's how you keep the devil on the table.
Obviously.
Finally, in part 1 of our saga, the leader explained to John their efforts to rescue other species on the brink of extinction, including the crabmen and the hairy giants, who happen to be, in case you don't remember the last episode, the strongest known species in the galaxy, pumping iron up to 3,000 pounds. Boom.
Dude, they're ripped, dude.
Super ripped.
They're shred.
And hairy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. The leader elaborated that, quote, one of the hard realities of the universe, planets are dying somewhere continuously, end quote. Upon hearing about this impending universal doom, John spoke up and asked, tell me, do you see much of a future for people of Earth? The being replied with a dark indictment of our species, stating, people on Earth are very unique in their ways. Your people are complicated but interesting to study. But unfortunately, you are the most belligerent and selfish people of all. So, not in the solar system, not in the fucking quadrant, in the fuck-sucking galaxy.
I mean...
Fuck you, human.
I mean...
Fuck you.
He's probably not wrong.
Of all.
Yeah, he's probably not wrong.
That's hard.
We're
like there can't be a bigger dick in the cosmos somewhere.
Not, no. I mean,
we're dicks, but come on, we do charity work. We have like St. Jude's. Like, we're not all evil.
Well, all right, we don't got to bring St. Jude's in.
I'm saying it's a good cause. Support it.
I mean, all right, we're very base. We're a very base level.
The worst in the fucking galaxy.
Dude, fight and fuck. It's our base instinct. There you go.
We never strayed very far from.
No, honestly, I mean,
like we build doodads and gadgets, but really that's what we're always about. Constantly.
We have fucking.
Where's my tribe?
Yeah, we have documentaries. Yeah. We have rectangles in our pockets that we can watch porn on. We can communicate with people over fucking Spotify and all kinds of shit. But at the base level, dude,
yeah,
we want to fight. We want to fuck.
I can't argue with
And
this.
get cool fucking bootleg toys from DH Gate. That's my own thing, though.
Yeah, I'm a book guy, but I know what you mean by
Okay,
that.
yeah, no, books
Yeah,
and
fill in the
books and
gaps
toys.
with material goods.
Dude, all of those holes in my heart, dog.
I
just
know it.
Filled with all these action figures and pops and all this shit.
We all have our ways.
Yeah.
Our ways and means.
All with Wellbutrin on top.
So, the leader continues to say, some of you are dangerous and treacherous. People on other planets who have mastered space travel are watching you and are deeply concerned about your ill nature. Some of the top leaders in your world respect nothing but power and might. They are miserable souls who cannot rest unless they are reaching out and grabbing more power. They will stop at nothing in their insane endeavors to enforce their evil ways on others, end quote. Stirring indictment.
Okay, well, I mean, continue because, yeah, obs.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So, yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know how John took it, but if one of us were the abductee, we'd be like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Can you translate that with your box?
Hold on, ready? USA.
Yeah.
USA. USA. Yeah, exactly.
But in case John feared that all hope for his home planet might be lost, the leader added a jingoistic caveat that was tempered with a dire warning about the future of the free world. Quote, your country is the last hope for freedom on Earth. America.
Okay.
Right there. Last hope, bitches.
Fuck yeah.
Step back and show some respect. Fucking eat our freedom fries. Show some respect.
You suck my freedom, eagle.
But for many years, your leaders have sold you out to the devil. Those who are trying to enslave you. It's a metaphorical devil in this case.
I thought
They
it was
talk
like,
about demons a lot,
the-
but they don't talk about specific the devil.
I thought it was like the satanic government.
No, so it's not necessarily an Abrahamic view of demons.
Oh shit.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
but
Whatever.
it's
It's cool.
devils come in many forms.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe there's a big old red guy behind it. We don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, those striving to enslave
satanic
you.
government up there.
If you continue to allow your own weak leaders to sell you out, then freedom will not survive on Earth. Also, your people are becoming too selfish and irresponsible for effective self-government. Ooh. Yet when the technologically superior species starts laying the groundwork for that, then you got to start thinking some conquistador shivers shits.
Yeah.
Because that's like, that doesn't bode well.
The old conquistador.
Oh,
Got
you
me
know, you
again.
might be a little too irresponsible, little
boy.
Johnny Womack and
Oh,
your
boy.
brethren to self-govern. But I have a fucking dolphin beak. So,
Honestly, but like, nice fucking face, dickhead.
wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Dude, I'm the spirit of America.
You are American pride.
I am American pride, goddamn.
Jesus Christ, you're a truck. I'm potting with a truck right now, an American-made. Wow, mud flaps and all.
I do not have mud flaps, good sir.
Well, I mean, on the personal truck that is the American you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're metaphorical.
You're
mud
right.
flaps.
My little titty boys are fucking mud flaps. So there
You got
you
truck nuts. You got everything, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking about fucking metaphorical devils.
Jingoism. All right. Metaphorical
Jingoism.
devils. Let's go.
And we can't effectively self-govern because we're fucking irresponsible.
Cool.
And this is the leader still giving his fucking speech.
Okay.
This attitude must change or you will lose the freedom you now enjoy. But it is really not the people who are evil, but the demons inside of you. That's the out. That's where it's like, but it's
not you
guys.
Yeah, no, it's what's inside of you.
We told L. Ron Hubbard he didn't get it exactly right, but he was close.
Yeah, I mean,
Awkward. Yeah.
yes. Sorry, Al Ron.
So, all right. So there's a little exit.
Good luck dying on a boat.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Good luck, buddy.
And if there's one thing these fucking aliens clearly know about Americans is that we don't like to take responsibility for our own foibles.
Well, no.
When we're all great and fucking pioneering and, America up and fucking, saving the world in our own fucking twisted minds, fine. But once we did some fucking ill shit, hey, that's clearly the demons inside me.
I mean, that's what I do. I'm like, hey, it wasn't me. There was that song. It wasn't me.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
that's
wow,
right.
Bringing it back 2 decades.
Yeah, to a banger.
Continuing. Your only hope for real peace and joy is to, oh my God, I just stumbled. Peace and joy is to discover your own anti-demon drug. Because they're not fucking dealers.
Okay.
They're enablers.
So we got to get Big Pharma on this. All right, let's do it.
Only then will people on Earth respect each other and lay down their destructive weapons. And only then will people in your world get in the state of mind to trust and care for each other. End quote. Goddamn.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, fucking Pfizer, if you're listening.
Yeah.
As you surely are every episode.
I know some raps. Like, I can be like, boys, listen to this episode.
Yeah.
Fucking make this shit happen,
I mean,
dude.
we've been waiting literally since April of 75.
Exactly.
Get on it. So, John then asked how they knew so much about the Earth and its current predicaments. The entity simply responded, "My people have studied your Earth for several thousand years. We have watched your progress since far before the time of Moses."
Oh, they brought Moses
Dropping
into
Bible
this?
references.
Okay.
"Our methods of monitoring and observation are far advanced." I don't know if you remember in that last one, but they're like, this translation device is one of the most complex things ever built with all its clunky cords and bullshit.
And then
It was invented by the most advanced society in the galaxy. Don't even ask. Don't even fucking ask.
When I re-listened to the episode, I got to that part where it's like, just you're fine. Don't worry about
What
it.
the fuck are you?
Your puny human mind can't comprehend this machine.
Which is making me think the leader in his ilk maybe don't quite understand the technology they're in control of.
Yeah.
Sort of like
not.
the way I can't build a car or a fucking computer or a blender, but I can easily use all of them.
Yeah, or we can't get your
television.
We can't get your fucking computer's Wi-Fi to turn on.
Precisely. Or I can't say accurate words or know what's below Pennsylvania. I can still fucking traverse the country.
Although I tell you what, in the documentary, you did nail La Llorona.
Oh, I don't think I did. I thought as I watched it, I'm like, oh, Jesus
no,
Christ,
I think
dude.
you got it.
I don't think I
You
did.
didn't do it with the affectation. You said La Llorona.
I hope so.
Yeah. Or maybe did you say La Llorona? I forget. I thought you nailed it.
Oh, I think I brutalized
You know what?
it, but thank you.
In my mind, you nailed it.
Hey, as long as you and most of America thinks I did it okay, then I win.
The Devil's Academy now on Discovery Plus. Check it out. Yeah.
Check it out. I don't get paid anymore.
Plug. Yeah, no. Rob's cash flow stopped.
That's fucking funny. Okay. So since Moses, they're far advanced. Fuck. John, fully realizing that he had been presented with a golden opportunity to delve into the biggest questions surrounding life, death, and the existence of the eternal soul, decided to utilize this precious, likely once-in-a-lifetime moment to ask the most burning question he could conjure. Do you know about the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle? Granted, it was 1975, but the fuck?
Of all the things to ask.
Like, that's the one?
You're like, bro, I gotta know. Bermuda Triangle.
Listen, for reals.
At least be like, this is 75. Shit. Well, okay, well, no, Sabbath wouldn't work.
Do you got a line on Hoffa?
Yeah, what do you do in 75? You gotta be like, you know what? I guess you might go for the Bermuda Triangle. You really might. Just
I guess if you're not aiming too high.
Like, what's your favorite? What's your top 3 Black Sabbath records? They haven't come out yet, but what are they? Fucking, how do you feel about Rainbow or like Deep Purple?
Oh, there was definitely Sabbath in 75.
Was there?
Oh, yeah.
Why did I think it was like later than 75?
No.
Well, you continue. I'm going to Google Sabbath because I'm pretty sure that they weren't. I thought they were like late 70s. Maybe not 75. Oh, shit, 68. What? Oh, wait, no. Paranoid was in 7. Dude, you're right.
Yeah.
I just
Night of the Living Dead and Black Sabbath were like partners in crime and changing,
dude,
youth culture.
My fucking
horror, punk,
I
and
lost
metal.
so much fucking metal cred because Black Sabbath was 70, Paranoid was 70, Masters of Reality was 71. Wow, man, Marcus got knocked down a peg.
You know what?
You know who?
We're all humbled in this story.
You know who's not going to be on the next documentary? This guy right here. You know who had an audition with those guys and didn't get on that documentary? This guy right here.
Oh, dude, you would have made it easily.
No,
I made them come to us.
I have nothing to
talk
say.
about that.
I'm just gonna we'll talk about that in Patreon. It's me just being like, yeah, Rob, that's it.
Fucking A. All right, let's get back to the story. The ever-patient leader replied, "The mystery is," and then suddenly stopped, as if an inaudible voice had commanded him to do so, stating, "Excuse me, we are not allowed to reveal any direct scientific information. Every world must progress and grow in knowledge in its own natural way. This is universal law. We know the answers to your problems on Earth, but we cannot help you directly. Because the only way we could convince you to follow our advice is to use force."
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
"We have learned this from past experiences, so it is our policy to let things be. Too much knowledge too soon will destroy you. Even now your scientists have learned how to use nuclear energy, yet the people of your world have not learned to live in peace. This knowledge is extremely dangerous." Again, no shit, Sherlock. I'm glad that I'm not the one that he's talking to because it'd be hard not to be condescending at this point. "And is a good example of too much knowledge too soon," he added. "And you have no clean, safe way to run your machines and gadgets." Sons of bitches.
I mean,
And he's not wrong.
yeah, but fucking fossil fuels wouldn't be a problem until like now. And even now, we've got some time.
Oh, it was a problem in 75.
Hell, but
Dude.
we're cooking along.
I mean, Godzilla
we're
versus the Smog Monster literally came out like 3 years before then. So
right.
trust me, everyone knew there was a
All
fucking
right.
problem.
Look it.
Love Canal,
Look at
fucking
nuke the whales. All right.
Yeah, and it's a great T-shirt.
Yeah,
and I love irony,
exactly.
so I'm all about it. But even though that's a fine, funny fashion statement, we knew that we were fucking, and I mean fucking the
Listen,
Earth.
all right. We have
Way back
we
then.
have recycling.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying we haven't. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, we're recycling. We have renewable energy.
You know what? It's
Yeah.
not our fault. It's the demons.
Yeah.
I don't want to make things dirty.
Oh yeah, I don't want to get a new truck with a Hemi in it. It's the
you
demons
son
that
of a
want me.
bitch.
To. It's the demons that want
I
me.
mean,
to get
I don't
it.
fucking litter. I try to pick up shit. I've picked up other people's shit and
We're not
washed my hands.
responsible. We do our own. Listen, we are our own little islands to ourselves. We do our own little things that we can do. We're not responsible for the world. Nor will I feel it's how I have to be.
No, but
I can do my
mean,
part, and if nobody else wants to do their part, then we all die together.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's one to grow on.
Boy, that's fatalist.
Yeah,
All
there you
right.
go. No, I'm not killing us. You're killing us.
Fair enough.
There you go. This ain't my fault.
Get runner gadgets.
This is you.
Fucking right.
All right, gadgets.
God damn, man.
All right, Inspector, let's do it.
But there is evidently a light at the end of this fossil fuel-filled tunnel, as the leader then, breaking his own rule of holding back any scientific information, revealed, your sun is the answer to your energy problems. It is the only final answer. Our sun supplies all of our energy needs. Even the spaceship which travels among the stars is powered, fucking reading, nice, powered by solar energy.
So they knew about solar energy back in the 70s, huh?
Jesus fucking Christ.
I didn't know that.
On Earth, yes, but I'm assuming that
really?
an
I didn't know
ancient,
that.
intergalactic fucker, intragalactic
Right.
society definitely knew about solar power.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I didn't realize that we were big into that.
Dude, Carter put solar panels on the White House, and then Reagan tore them down on principle because, I don't know, he was going to fucking paint the walls with oil.
Fucker.
Yeah.
Did he just put up dinosaur bones and light them on fire?
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's how they lit the night in the Reagan years.
Fuck your solar panels, hippie. Fuck these panels, hippie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm using Triceratops skull. What are you doing?
I'm burning children. How
my
dare you?
God.
That's how I keep warm. Is poor children burned alive.
Well,
And then Jello
he would've done
Biafra
it.
comes in. It's a
God.
fucking thing.
He would have sang a good song about it.
He would have.
For some reason, at this moment, John inquired, is your time here limited? I mean, do you have time for more questions? The entity replied rather enigmatically, you will know when it is time for us to leave. Ask me anything you would like to know. If I can answer your questions, I will do so. It was then that the abductee decided to ask what was apparently the second most significant question he could think of after the validity of the Bermuda Triangle, and he asked whether or not psychics are fucking real.
Well, I mean, within context, I guess you're like, all right, first thing comes to my mind, Bermuda Triangle. Second, fucking psychics.
Yeah.
Like, what's the deal?
I mean, it was the 70s.
Yeah, and it's
it is
huge.
the heyday of like paranormal paperbacks at every supermarket. And I don't know if In Search of began in 75, but I know it began sometime in the mid to late 70s.
Okay.
So, there was pop TV about weird shit. Certainly, news shows did little bits on UFOs and Bigfoots and whatnot. Big feats. So, I guess.
I get it. Yeah. I mean, granted, he didn't have time to prep.
No,
he was just put
in all
spot.
fairness.
Yeah.
He's just driving
He's just like
somewhere.
Bermuda Triangle, psychics, fuck Bigfoot, big blocks of cheese, Glenn Danzig. What do you do?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I guess you got to be true to yourself.
How the gods kill.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
The leader confirmed John's likely suspicions, claiming, many of our people are psychic. Some are far advanced in the use of mental energy. Many are extremely accurate in their predictions and can move hundreds of pounds with mind power alone. And this is still a year before Star Wars, so that Force shit wasn't like in the zeitgeist of the fucking pop culture. So
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did you say that Force shit?
yeah. Midichlorian, whatever. What is it?
No, don't say that.
just
Don't
fucking
say that
around.
fucking M word.
Obviously,
asshole.
that's-
Don't use midichlorian.
That's sinful.
Jesus Christ, what's wrong
Yes.
with you?
Heresy.
Oh, my dick just shriveled.
I hate it too.
Are you happy?
I do love Star Wars.
The boner's gone.
And Star Trek. I'm a geek. What can I do?
Fine. I'm stoked for the Mandalorian.
So anyway, this isn't a post-Star Wars reference to moving shit with your
Okay,
head.
cool.
Doesn't necessarily make it true. Just throwing it out there. Do what you will. Hundreds of pounds, he says. Some of our people have the ability to predict dangers years in advance. They are very valuable to us, but we are far from knowing all the answers compared to what is unknown. We are still only infants in knowledge. There are enough mysteries in the universe to last for eternity. So I like that, owning it.
Yeah.
The leader then confessed that even his advanced species was clueless regarding the origin and basic structure of the cosmos, claiming, "We have no idea how the universe came into being or what it is made of." I think we kind of do a little.
I mean, the Big Bang, yeah, right?
We could be wrong.
We figured it out.
This is the greatest question of all. The basic material, which is the foundation of the universe, seems to be beyond the knowledge of physical beings like you and me. I mean, but is it?
I would.
And again, you can drive through the world without understanding how the Earth was made. I get that. You can fly through the space, the cosmos, whatever, without understanding how space was created or what it's made of.
Right.
But it seems like you would have some grasp.
I mean, they know about the Bermuda Triangle and psychics.
Yeah.
You would think they know about this shit.
You think.
I mean, you're out there traversing this motherfucker. Figure out how it's made. Do your research. Put
Thank you.
Put a little fucking time in, leader.
But isn't it nice, though, that just fucking once an alien isn't a know-it-all?
Yeah.
It's not a goddamn professor.
Yeah, you kind of...
One of their ilk that's just like, oh, you have no idea.
Yeah, you kind of got him here in the corner. All right.
Okay. Less curious about the mysteries of the universe or whether or not it's filled with dark matter and energy, John, who in retrospect was perhaps not the greatest ambassador the Earth could have produced, pressed the fucking psychic angle, saying, "You mentioned that psychics are valuable to your world. Can you give me an example as to why?"
Oh my God, this is the worst dude ever. Is this me? What the fuck? Is this me talking to this fucking alien? Be like, all right, dude, I get it. Masters of Reality is your jam, but like, you gotta tell me what you think about Volume 4, dude. And the guy's like, what are you talking about? Like, fucking Black Sabbath, dude. All right, dude, what do you think about, can you make my dick bigger? I'm just saying, can you make it bigger?
You're asking the important questions.
Not like normal. I'm talking like big.
Wow.
I want to be able to not wear pants.
Long dong silver.
Yeah, dude. I just want like a towel in regret.
Wow.
Yeah, it's down to my fucking ankles, dude. Literally, no blood can flow.
Bless your heart.
This is what happens when I haven't seen you in a fucking week.
2 weeks. I know we haven't had a chance to be as stupid as we need to be.
And I need to get all my stupid out.
I love it.
You're my vessel for stupid.
I love it.
I pour it all into you.
Just pour it in, buddy. I'm right here. I'm wide open. Okay.
Yeah.
The being indulged this line of questioning, much like Uncle Rob, revealing his own planet's tribulations and the literally explosive results, saying, "The most dramatic event happened about the same time in history that Columbus discovered this part of your world." Hit the brakes a little bit.
He didn't discover shit.
Let's squeeze on these. The leader. Like, I don't know what books from what era you're reading. Like, if you literally went down, grabbed a social studies, fucking 8th grade social studies textbook and read it super fast with one of your fucking clunky ass machines, and that's what you have to go on, I forgive you. But if you really know shit about dick, what the fuck are you doing?
But you don't know dick about shit.
Clearly.
All right.
Wow.
Columbus aside, we can't debate this now.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, here we go.
One of our psychics predicted that our planet in 40 years would be hit and thrown out of orbit by a small planet the size of your moon. We located the wandering little world, which was traveling through space out of control. Computers verified what was needed. I'm sorry, indeed. I can't fucking read shit. Oh my God. Computers verified not what was needed, that indeed a collision was inevitable.
Oh no.
Holy shit. I can write, I can't fucking read.
Oh, they use a fucking they use a little computer to be like, will this fucking planet be smashed by a moon?
Like a little fucking red Merlin.
Yeah,
you remember that little video
yes.
game? That little honky tonk video game? I don't know why I call it honky tonk.
It's
Just little fucking ghetto ass fucking.
It doesn't. I just like yeah. It's like yes, like yeah, I got it. Fucking nailed it, dude.
We landed on the planet, he continues, which was solid rock, and seeded it with explosives like your world has never seen.
Ooh.
The explosives completely disintegrated the wild little world, changing it into vapor. I love that he calls it a wild little world.
Why'd they blow it up?
Because it's heading towards their planet. During the time of Columbus, fucking world-renowned and notorious criminal Columbus.
All right, do planets just fly through space? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm assuming most planets are caught in the orbit of a sun, a star.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't
there's
know.
space-time and like, you've seen the old analogies where they put a bowling ball in like a trampoline and then like billiard balls arc around it until they eventually crash in.
Did this dude Bruce Willis this shit? Armageddon?
It really seems like they got Armageddon.
Yeah, Armageddon.
Yes.
1, 2, and 3.
And you know what? John got to see each of those movies. I don't know if they made 2 and 3, but sorry. when the leader showed him scenes of the events as described on the big board, the big screen.
Oh, he got to see the recreation.
And then told him that he knew of many other catastrophes which were caused by 2 celestial bodies colliding into each other. Common all the time, dude.
Yeah, it happens, man.
Still clearly preoccupied with imparting on his human guest the fragility of life in the cosmos, the leader then told John that planets were dying throughout the universe, citing one populated world that was annihilated by a wandering cloud of poisonous gas in the fucking cosmos, like a fucking cluster of nebula bullshit.
Okay.
Except nasty, like a small Ohio town with a train yard.
Didn't want to bring it to Ohio.
Those poor bastards.
Yeah, we feel sorry for you folks.
Oh
in
my
Ohio.
God, really?
Jesus
Not
Christ.
making light of that. Not at all.
No, fuck. But I was gonna bring it to. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is Ohio shit. What the fuck, dude?
Another planet once filled with life that had been frozen solid, and many others that had died when the stars they were orbiting went into supernova. So objects crashing.
Yeah.
I get everything. Like, all right, so and for some reason your sun is dying or you move away somehow. I don't know how it works. I've seen sci-fi movies. I don't know if it's an actual science thing. And your planet gets colder or hotter. I think there was an old Twilight Zone episode where everyone was melting and it was getting so hot, but then somebody woke up and it was just a dream and actually the Earth was drifting away, so they're all freezing to death. Irony.
Oh, yeah.
Rod Serling's jam,
Hey, there you go. We're all freezing.
So, I mean, I get it's a trope. I don't know if it's a fucking real thing, but this cloud of poisonous gas.
Bizarre.
The fuck? I mean, I know we don't know everything. We don't know shit about the universe, really, but what the hell?
Don't know dick about
And I know
shit.
this isn't science, but what if it's fucking science?
Don't worry about, dude. We have such bigger things to worry about than gas clouds taking over fucking, from space. We have gas clouds of our own we need to fucking fix in Ohio and get these people some fucking drinking water.
Those explosions
and
alone.
clean that fucking place up.
Oh my God, I feel so bad.
Oh, fucking God, I hate the government so
poor
much.
bastards.
Jesus Christ, I hate the entire fucking
All right,
government. All right.
on point. The leader rounded out this less than rousing speech by plainly stating, no race is in control of its own destiny. Heavy words from a heavy man.
From a fucking dolphin-faced dickhead.
From a dolphin-faced dickhead from space.
I couldn't take this guy seriously. I'd be trying to kiss him or something. Like, give me a kiss.
And well, the mutton chops are the best part. Like
Yeah, it's
the
kinda
willowy hair that wraps around their
the
cheeks and then
mutton
up
chop.
over their bill. I mean, come on. That's hot. That's like 18. That's Victorian hot.
Dude, well, no races in control of their own destiny, Robert.
Instinctively, John seemed to sense that his time conversing with the leader was coming to an end. So he decided to finally ask a big question. How certain can you be that other distant galaxies have not solved the mysteries of the universe? Where the fuck did this guy come from?
How the fuck
What
did he-
just happened?
After all this dumb shit,
John Womack, where were you, buddy?
he asks an actual fucking question.
God damn.
He asks a non-Mark Stores question. What's your favorite Misfits record?
The entity answered, the best answer to that question is obvious to us. If others were that advanced, they surely would have communicated with us in some way by now. This has not happened. All space travel in our galaxy is done by inhabitants of this galaxy. We know this is true. We have not picked up even a faint signal from another galaxy. Which is interesting. And it's sort of like that paradigm of how do we know time travel isn't real? Because a time traveler hasn't showed up.
Right.
Which doesn't mean that time travel isn't real and that we haven't interacted with time travelers who just are on
I mean,
the
they're all over TikTok.
Yeah, right, clearly.
John Titor.
John Titors. Fucking Christ. I listened to all of those Coast to Coast
oh,
episodes.
dude, I
I was riveted back in the day.
I have them archived.
God damn.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, I knew it was not real, but part of me was like,
Sometimes you're
this
like,
is fucking real.
It's Titor.
Oh my God. God damn it, we're idiots.
We are.
The being then pointed toward the screen, which showed an epic black image indicating the vastness and emptiness of space. The leader continued in a fashion that would challenge even the driest high school physics teacher. Quote, of course you realize the tremendous size of the universe. A trip to the nearest galaxy outside of our own would take nearly 1,000,000 years traveling at the speed of light. It is almost unthinkable. Our spaceship will reach a speed of 186,000 miles per second, the speed of light. But even at that great speed, it is still too slow for practical space travel between the galaxies. Our own galaxy contains over 100 billion stars. Traveling at the speed of light, it would take 100,000 years to pass from one side of our Milky Way to the other. There are perhaps billions of galaxies in the universe. Some are no doubt billions of light years away. So you can see the complications and slow pace of space travel, end quote. Suffice it to say, I was neither willing to or capable of doing the fucking leader's math. So, sure.
Yeah, we're just going to take him at his word, be like, yeah,
Science.
dog, 14 billion, trillion, whatever. We got 47 million, whatever. I don't care.
I don't know if that's the speed of light.
Yeah, what's the miles per hour? That's all I care about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and pHs.
Yeah,
That's all we're looking for.
If you go to light speed, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm never going to travel light speed.
Seriously, like what's the mileage?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, what's the mileage on this fucking thing, all right?
Ultimately, John found it within himself to get even bigger and better with his quality of question. And instead of asking about Uri Geller or the admittedly fascinating Nazca lines or Moai of Easter Island, he opted instead to ask his green-skinned host if its people believed in a supreme being.
Okay.
In an answer that will disappoint some and delight others, the creature claimed to be a proponent of intelligent design, even while conceding that they had no specific mythology to explain it, stating, "Yes, and we believe those who are psychics are in direct touch with the Creator in a small way. We believe a superior spirit or a superior intelligence must have created the universe and established the laws of nature. In our opinion, creation cannot be intelligently explained in any other way. But, as I have already said, we have no idea how the universe was created or why. Exploring and studying the universe is our whole life, and we never tire of it. We have thousands of spaceships exploring our galaxy. We have many different types of spaceships," end quote. So what I find interesting about that is that it's obviously not, I don't think it's, I should say, I can't say it's obvious, but it makes me think that it's not John Womack pushing a hidden religious agenda, that either he, subconsciously put into this like weird hallucination he had, or is, actively lying about, because they're not talking about Abrahamic faith. They're not talking about what you'd presume is, it's a Christian part of the world, right. All of America is. So for the most part, you would think that, like he would be pushing a very specific, like Jesus driven agenda. And instead it's like, no, we think that some supreme intelligence probably was involved, but we don't know fucking how or why. And our whole point is to do scientific work to figure shit out and have it. So
yeah, that's
I don't know if it's just like secular creationism. It's weird.
It is weird.
But I mean, it seems to have less of an agenda and more of just, it's what this dude was fucking saying.
Okay. Well, or he's trying to throw us off.
True that. Yeah, no, you must always keep that on the table.
I got my eyes on Mr. Womack.
Deception.
Yeah, dude.
At this point, the leader, perhaps growing weary of these ever so slightly improving Q&A, took John by the arm and pulled him out of the chair, saying, "Come, let me show you around. We have many things aboard which you might be interested in."
My TED Talk is done.
Yes, indeed. John stepped away from the huge, hairy giants, still flanking his chair like fleshy statues, and wasted no time in shifting his focus to the animate, tentacled plant, which was still engaged in a game of tag with the ever-grinning crabman. John inquired if he could have a closer look, and the leader turned and spoke to another of his same species who was milling about the brilliantly illuminated room in their indigenous croaking language. The other green being seemed to ignore John as he accepted what were his presumably senior's orders, and he left to retrieve an evidently wheeled or hovering mechanical device about the size of a large television set, which, this being the mid-70s, means it was probably about the size of a fucking Volkswagen Bug.
I remember those things.
Oh my God, like the big old fucking landlocked Zenith.
God, I see.
It's like a beached whale made of like false lumber and fucking rotary
I
dials.
can just remember helping my dad move those fuckers.
Oh my God.
They're so big.
You have no vertebrae left.
Oh God, it's awful.
So heavy. But they were pretty dope furniture. I can't even imagine looking down at a TV anymore.
No, me neither.
It's just ridiculous.
No.
Like I get a neck kink thinking.
Dude, my shit is mounted and adjustable and like 80 inches.
Yeah. No,
like,
everyone's got a drive-in theater.
Pretty much.
I know, it's fucking
That's the one.
fantastic.
That's the one in my basement.
Ha! Okay. So they're pushing this object over. The second being then plugged John's golden helmet into this mobile contraption and proceeded to push the device behind John and the leader. Oddly, the object did not seem to be a translation machine as the leader refrained from speaking, so perhaps it was only a bulky portable generator that somehow powered the helmet as they moved about the cabin. That is a guess.
Okay.
It's just, you would think that he was plugging it into a portable translator. That is not the case. It is a big old TV looking fucking thing that it's just the helmet needs to be plugged in, I guess, to stay powered.
I completely forgot this entire time John still has his gold helmet
Big,
on.
giant, solid gold Pharaoh helmet.
Which is hilarious.
Nonstop. That's why you almost want to see this. It's, hearing the story is great, but to see this acted out would be something the fuck else. When they reached the massive writhing plant, the second being unplugged the helmet cord from the movable device and into a mechanical panel that was in the wall just a few feet away from the bizarre botanical behemoth. So again, it's just back into a wall. Weird. A laborious process that was by no means time-consuming and cumbersome, and is precisely the way one would hope galactic caliber tech would work, I say with no sarcasm whatsoever. As soon as the cord was placed into the wall, the leader continued with a lesson in green atmospheric and hydrological upkeep. Quote, "We have 2 of these plants aboard. They supply us with all of the oxygen we need, but we do have emergency supplies of oxygen aboard. The plants thrive on solar energy piped to them from our power plant and chemicals in the container it is in. Our bodies need very little oxygen and moisture. Fortunately, there is an abundant supply of moisture throughout the galaxy. Moisture in the form of ice, snow, water, and gases is plentiful on most all of the planets. Since we can survive on so little, we can store enough moisture on board to last us several years if necessary." End quote. John, evidently giving zero fucks about the leader's capacity for preserving moisture, simply said that the undulating octo-plant looked beautiful, but appeared to be dangerous.
Well, yeah, it's a fucking living plant, dude.
Yeah. Like moving.
Yeah, it's going to eat you, dude.
To this, the bemused being said, "The plant is playful and enjoys our company. It's not dangerous. It's strong enough to hold on to one of the little bearded people, but it has never injured one of them."
He referred to them as the little bearded people.
Yeah,
Look at over here with the little bearded people.
Yeah, not the 6-armed crab men.
Yeah, just the little bearded people.
Just the little bearded people.
They like to play. They won't suck their fucking brains out of their noses.
And I'll be honest, just the fact that this fucking plant hasn't killed one of the crabmen yet is like a piss poor criteria for fucking safety.
For being like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, take that shit back to the safety lab. Fucking work that out. It didn't kill anyone yet is what it should have said.
You better call your safety officer about this.
And in all fairness, I've seen Day of the Triffids. I've seen fucking From Hell It Came. Navy versus the Night Monsters, unfortunately. You don't fuck with moving plants.
There you go.
You don't do it.
No, don't.
Like Wu-Tang Clan. Moving plants ain't nothing to fuck with.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love the Wu-Tang reference.
Got it.
Wu-Tang!
John was then escorted off what one might suppose was the bridge, but at this point, who the fuck knows, and taken on a tour of the rest of the saucer. John discovered that the craft had 2 main floors with one large compartment on each, just like the one he had left, and smaller compartments surrounding it. So, like a typical UFO, I guess.
Yeah.
There were also 2 additional floors, with one being used for storage and the top floor serving as the engine room, which the leader referred to as a power plant, which he explained collected energies, Jesus Christ, from the stars themselves, changing the solar radiation into a form that could be used to run their ships. The being also added that solar energy could be stored for a long period of time. John managed to access all of these levels via good old-fashioned elevator technology. During the course of this tour, John came across at least 24 entities that looked identical to the mutton-chopped Delphus-like leader, but much like the one that pushed the TV-like device behind him, they paid no attention to the human in their midst, almost as if they were used to hosting an array of alien species and that this one was no more or less special than any other. Or, from a darker perspective perhaps, it was their intimate knowledge of human belligerence and toxicity that kept these peace-loving beings at bay. I don't know, but I mean, based on the leader saying, we are the fucking worst of all.
They're like, oh, here's one of the hairless monkeys again. Fuck.
Oh, why is he even on?
Yeah.
Why did Bill bring him aboard?
Ah, Jesus. Fucking all dick and all war all the time.
All
Here
dick,
we go.
all war, all the time.
Look at this ass.
I would not put that t-shirt out because it's terrible, but I kind of would love to see just white on black. Period. All dick, all war, all the time.
I'm just making
3 periods.
great t-shirts tonight,
Yeah,
man.
you are.
We better get a hold of T-Public.
I know. It's been a while since we dropped any new fucking hits.
Dear Crowdmate, I got a great idea for a new exclusive t-shirt. Can we get it embroidered on a hat? All right, cool.
The leader then showed John an array of technical equipment, and once again breaking his purported pledge not to share scientific knowledge with lesser developed species, it elaborated at length on their functions and purpose. Though intrigued, John was perhaps mercifully, blissfully unable to keep up with most of the leader's in-depth description of the devices, save for a pair of tools. One that served as a sort of super microscope that was able to see down to an object's atomic structure. John claimed that he could see actual atoms moving on a screen. The second device was basically an X-ray machine. The entity asked John to stand behind the machine, which was connected to another screen on the wall. Upon doing so, John was able to see live pictures of every organ, bone, artery, and muscle in his body. The leader explained that this device could be used to immediately diagnose cancer and heart or artery diseases, which would fucking come in handy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, better to have a machine that cures it, but finding it is pretty cool.
That's the first step to, battling it.
After his whirlwind tour of the ship, John was taken to the first floor where he was escorted into a small room that he described as an extremely advanced and technical compartment. It was then that the leader offered John a once-in-a-lifetime invitation. How would you like to take a journey to the stars? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Tempting, I guess. Though John, whether chemically induced or not, felt as if he could at this point trust his guide, he still felt trepidation and declined the incredible offer. It's difficult to speculate as to why John refused this opportunity. Perhaps he was a family man and feared leaving his children for an extended period, or even perhaps forever. Or maybe he was just a homebody who enjoyed his time with this fascinating new friend, but had no interest in making it a permanent arrangement. Whatever his reasons were, his host remained congenial, saying, I believe you are a good Earth person and one who wishes no harm or evil to others. We live in worlds billions of miles apart, but for a few short moments in time, Providence has brought us together. Our brief association will live on in my memory forever.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Hallmark.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Let's tap the brakes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Look, you chemically drugged me and brought me here. You slapped me with a gold helmet. You gave me a bunch of shit, and now you're trying to have a heart-to-heart with me?
You endorsed Columbus.
Yeah.
There are problems with a lot of things you've done.
endorsed
You might be kind of cool, and thanks for getting rid of the demons, or did you and just get me
really.
high as fuck?
Are you the demons? Regardless, like you said, Hallmark, pump your fucking brakes, all right? Calm down. It's funny how dubious we are of that. The guys probably have a nice thing. We're like, oh,
like
fuck
literally,
off.
he said this is the happiest he'd ever been in his life.
Yeah.
We have no reason,
No.
well, except for the kidnapping part, Columbus notwithstanding, to believe that they have negative intentions. But that's also the human way. That might be like our most our darkest attribute. Not our selfishness, not our cruelty, even though all of that is terrible, and on you could list the bad traits, but our skepticism, our inability just to accept a good thing when we see it. And to be
that's how we've survived this long.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's how we live. Like, you're not catching me slipping.
I mean, when aliens are getting all uppity, it's like, you're not from Earth, motherfucker. You don't have to deal with like giraffes and fucking tigers. Shit will fuck you up here.
Giraffes?
They'll kick the shit out of you. One kick to the head, man. Boom, done.
I thought you said giraffes. I'm like, are we getting drafted to the war?
No, giraffes.
Oh, giraffes.
I've got a cold, so I'm not saying things right.
I know, it's okay. All right.
And probably I didn't cite the greatest predator for my first example, regardless of how I pronounced it.
Because we all deal with giraffes all the time.
All the time. And it's a constant problem. Like, they are kick-killing the world.
Oh, man. I just want to slap one of them fuckers in the neck.
But seriously, this world is full of
boot me
venomous shit, poisonous shit, deadly shit.
Yeah.
And then each other, which is the fucking worst.
We are the deadliest.
Like, if we're the worst in the fucking cosmos, how do you think it is fucking living amongst us all the time and then being one of us?
We are the deadliest catch.
Goddamn demons.
Yeah, there you go.
Deadliest catch.
You're the deadliest catch.
All right. In his captivating article on the subject, our resident researcher Cole Harold, who we shouted out earlier, described the strange and psychedelic sequence of events that happened next. Quote, John did not remember what he had said in response to the entity's statement, the hallmarky as fuck statement, or if he had said anything at all to the being, as he was confused by this statement. You know why John was confused by this statement? Because he's a man. No, I'm just fucking I was just waiting for your reaction, and you just looked at me dumbfounded.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ, like, men can't get in touch with their emotions. It's the most basic fucking, like, 1980s stand-up
I cry
joke.
all the time.
Dude, I'm engaged with my shit, too. Obviously, we're atypical males.
Obviously, we cry together.
We have.
On each other's arms.
It happens.
You cradle me.
It's called friendship.
You're bigger than me.
That's what I do. My beard is for nuzzling. Jesus Christ.
You literally caught me. I'm like, what the fuck?
The fuck is he talking about?
What are you doing?
Yeah,
All right.
what's up, fucking Paula Poundstone? I'm trying to think of an 80s
Fucking
comedian.
Really? Paula?
Is she bad?
That's
I
what
don't
you
know.
Pulled with Paula Pound.
I was trying. Gilbert Godfrey. I don't know.
Oh,
Help me.
R.I.P.
I know. Now I'm sad.
Dice Clay.
All right, that would have been better.
All right, fine.
See? My examples. Giraffe. What do you want from me? I literally
doc.
went from fucking strep to fucking a head cold. I don't know what's fucking going on in between.
And all the while you
And I never played games as a child. Listen to the Patreon.
And now you're a star of a documentary on Discovery Plus.
Yeah, you know, this fucking the paparazzi's getting to me. All right.
All right.
So,
there, Bobby Dice continue.
Terrible jokes aside, he did not understand the nature of the comment. The entity then pointed to the odd-shaped chair and motioned for John to sit down. As soon as John did, a conical-shaped object began to drop down from the ceiling over John and the chair. Which makes me think of the Cone of Silence from Get Smart. Did you ever fucking see that?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
an old show
It
from
is
like
old.
the
Holy
late
shit.
60s. Fucking Don Adams, I think.
Why do I know that?
When I was a little kid, it was in syndication. So
I don't even know
enjoyed it.
why I
It's a
know
silly
that.
spy spoof like a fucking shoe phone. And
Yes.
But anyway, there's
Yes,
a thing
the
called
shoe
the
phone.
Cone of Silence that
Yes.
enabled people to speak secretively.
Yeah.
And it means nothing. And if you're fucking, I don't know, not ancient, sorry.
All you 20-something-year-old
Well,
kids
no,
out
fucking
there.
Stephen Carell did a fucking remake with Anne Hathaway.
Oh, yes,
so
yes.
you kids can probably enjoy that.
Fucking Cone of Silence for life.
Yes. So anyway, conical-shaped object drops down. As soon as, well, fuck, I'm jumping all around here. Just before the object touched the floor, John heard the entity say, "Farewell, my friend, forever."
Jesus Christ.
Probably not that way.
That's a little
but
fucking
Jesus Christ.
dramatic.
Well, he's there. He's
All
in the
right.
zone.
This Hallmark guy's got to go.
Then the object touched the floor, and lightning began to flash around him, and he heard the roar of dozens of tornadoes fill the cone.
Oh, no. You can tornado in my mind.
Farewell forever.
What a terrible fucking way to do it.
A greenish glow began to spin around him faster and faster. Then he realized he was suddenly drifting through a dark tunnel. He, however, could see a light at the end of this tunnel, and John began to think, my God, where am I at? Upon passing through this dark hole, he entered a place of pure beauty. This place was indescribable in how spectacular it was. It was presumably a view of the portion of the universe where the beings were from, and it was glorious. He saw worlds that were multicolored, revolving around a colossal sun. The outer worlds of this system were covered in snow and ice and sparkled like diamonds. Some of the planets closer inwards were covered with sky blue waters and pink sand and filled with red, yellow, and green varieties of plants. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Maris's Odyssey.
Oh,
Cosmic Odyssey.
Maris M, yeah.
Maris, yes, exactly.
Huh.
It's crazy, but it's stunning the way it's described. During this traverse through the solar system, he saw worlds with green valleys, winding rivers, snow-capped peaks, and exotic forests. He got close to the sun and saw white flames leap thousands of miles out into space. These flickers of heat changed in color to every color of the rainbow, and he saw nuclear explosions and bursting giant bubbles of gas and fire. Suddenly, the light of the sun began to get smaller and smaller, and John soon realized that he was drifting back to the tunnel from which he was spewed. This continued until all went black, and the next thing he knew, he was sitting under a tree near the creek bank with no idea how he got there.
Oh,
that is the way to end a fucking abduction.
Dude, he's home.
He is full on
Whoa.
Stanley Kubrick 2001ing.
Yeah.
He is space childing, he is tripping balls, and he is flying through the ultra cosmos. He is dosed to the tits.
The ultra cosmos.
That's not a common cosmos. Not with pink sand and fucking red plants. Come on.
No, not at all.
That's the special cosmos. You got to be in tune to fucking see that one. He had a thought that he might have been dreaming, yet upon getting up, he saw the UFO was still humming in the air and saw 3 red beams of light hit the ground where the craft had previously landed. The object then shot out of sight at a ridiculous rate of speed. So, you wake up, you're like, damn, did I hit my head? I mean, I thought I saw a UFO and some oozing light. I chased a fireball. Then I blacked out. Then maybe all this shit happened and maybe it didn't. And now I'm waking up, near my car against a fucking tree, like Rip Van fucking Winkle. And then you're like, okay, so weird shit. Oh, UFO right in the fucking sky,
dude,
right there.
It's an intergalactic hump and dump.
I think it's kind when UFO-nauts, for lack of a better term, do that. I think it happened in Travis Walton's case. I think it happened in Maris M's case, which we were just talking about. And I could be wrong in both, but I think so. And that is where, you get dropped back on the ground, usually a little too hard, a little rough, not close to home or as close to home as you would like. But when they, are still hovering there like as a goodbye, like, no, this shit is real. This really happened. You're not fucking nutty. It's just a little nod to your sanity saying, it's fucking weird, but it happened. See ya.
It's a fine little goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's a nice touch.
Yeah.
I think. Could be weird. Could just be a final fuck you. Like, yeah, we're real. Yeah.
Fuck off.
At this point, John found himself alone and understandably perplexed. As bizarre as all of the events leading up to it had most certainly been, his final celestial odyssey took the cake. He wondered if the leader had used some grand piece of technology to actually transport him the light years back to his homeworld and protect him from the rigors of outer space, or if it had been just an induced dream, a sort of controlled hallucination manufactured through a combination of near magical machines and equally indescribable drugs. Dazed and disoriented, John began slipping into a mini existential crisis, going so far as to ask himself, how can we be certain that life itself is not just one big dream?
Oh.
Deep.
Yeah.
That's the first time John got high.
Yeah, that really is. That's where he ate one too many gummies and he's like, man, what if I'm the only thing that's real but nothing else is real?
Yeah.
My son just asked me that.
Oh,
he's like, Dad, have you heard about this thing where like in life, like you're the only thing that's real, but everyone around you is like fake? I'm like, no, buddy, not tonight. We're having pasta.
Yeah,
like, we're not going to talk.
You understand? We can't mix Italian and fucking existential crises.
We're not having it. You're too young for an existential crisis. Let's go play Call of War.
I'll buy you some
Call of Duty.
Next birthday, kid.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go play Call of Duty and watch some TV, bud.
You know why it's real? Because fucking food tastes good.
There you go.
Because you stub your toe, it hurts like hell.
Consensus reality.
That's all you need.
We all agree it's real.
We've all doubted reality. Every intelligent, sentient fucking person is at one point in their life doubted reality. That's fine. Disassociate for a minute. Have your fucking blast. Have your little party. Go English with the Amish.
There you
fucking, everything's an illusion. La la la. Then get back to your shit.
Exactly.
Because fucking, in the end, there's really no alternative.
Yeah, you have 1 hour to do this, and I will see you in the living room for TV.
When you collect this, now we're going to fucking sit in front of the fucking idiot box and we are going to American.
Fuck yeah.
Because we don't have time for this shit. No. You can't live like that.
No, we don't. It's a Sunday. Calm down.
Christ almighty. That is so fucking funny. Whatever conclusions he came to, John Womack returned to his car and continued on his way. But there's every reason to suppose that he was never the same again. This seems evidenced by the fact that within months he had penned and published his account of the wild ride he'd been taken on. In the end, what we are left with is a basic question poised on the razor's edge of a vast chasm of what the fuck. The question is a simple one. Did what John Womack claimed occurred that night in April of 75 actually happen? If not, then it's done and done. If he made it up, if it's some bullshit, if for whatever reason, or he had an hallucination, okay. Chalk it up to whatever.
It's still super fucking interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
If so, then shit howdy, we are in for a speculative shindig of epic proportions. The first thing one must wonder is if this was an actual physical experience, aka a strange but relatively straightforward alien abduction, or is this episode of high strangeness indicative of a more subtle and perhaps more sinister form of seizure, one that takes place exclusively in the mind of the beholder? And if that's the case, are we dealing with beings that are good or evil, or, like most of us, something in between? The religious overtones of this case are obvious and not entirely unheard of, with examples being as disparate as the 1979 Space Ferries case, episode 61, Cryptonaut podcast, or the notorious 2008 case of the Dubno abductors, which we talked about earlier, episodes 102 and 103 respectively. But even considering the alleged aliens' preoccupation with defeating demons, are we dealing with cosmic true believers, angels in disguise, or worse still, and this goes back to something you said earlier, demons hoping to addict you to bliss through deception and deceit? Because what better way to hook you up than take away all your pain, all your worry, and then blame it on demons when it's the demons taking the pain and the guilt that is supposed to build you into a better person away from you, letting you indulge your wild Anton LaVey ass in any way you want.
Dude, demons in your head, dude.
Demons in your head.
Yeah.
Demons in your taint.
Those are the worst.
It's the worst.
That's why I got up a day. There ain't no demons in my tank. God damn, it's taint free 9 to 3.
Oh my gosh. Perhaps it is nothing as unequivocal as angels and demons, and we're dealing with some sort of energetic entity that, for reasons entirely their own, perhaps altruistic, perhaps parasitic, are infecting the mind of an unsuspecting human with false images of a universe that doesn't exist and a journey that never really happened. If so, again, the question is why? In terms of what happened to John Womack, he seems to have, figuratively at least, fallen off the face of the earth. His story, compelling though it may be, never really caught on with mainstream ufology. I fucking wonder why. And it goes without saying that his 18-page account was not an international bestseller. Nor did Womack appear to make the rounds at UFO conventions looking for the dubious notoriety that comes with being involved in a high-profile abduction. To the best of our ability to say, he had an experience, he wrote about it, and that's it. As to the style of the writing, in retelling this fascinating tale of ostensible human-alien interactions, the structure has been, to put it mildly, scatterbrained. This is due to the fact that we opted to record the events in the same chronological order in which John, in his 1975 pamphlet, claimed they happened. But perhaps we shouldn't be surprised by this cyclical style of conversation. After all, most real discussions follow a generally linear, if circuitous, pattern, and to be fair, both participants in this discussion were high as fucking kites, having been chemically weaned of demons. We leave it up to the listener to decide if the odd manner of their even odder exchange has the earmarks of an actual conversation or the telltale signs of a piss-poor writing style. It should go without saying, hope it's the former. Not just because it would be one hell of a lot more interesting to live in a world where the Womack abduction actually happened, which is fucking true, of course, but also due to the fact that I like the idea of a bunch of altruistic humanoids traversing the galaxy in an array of Federation-like ships, fighting demons, saving other species, getting high, and admitting that, for all their progress, they don't know shit about the basic principles of the universe. In short, aliens I can both root for and identify with. I sincerely hope that these dolphin-beaked beings and their maddening menagerie of shipmates are continuing their journey, adding more species to the collective and introducing whole worlds to the joys of living demon-free in 23.
Oh, you fucking did it.
Oh, I've been waiting for a 3.
You fucking did it. I love it.
And I also hope John Womack isn't all fucked up somewhere.
Yeah, I mean,
some
hopefully,
trailer like drowning in moonshine and fucking madness.
No,
I hope he's living a good, healthy life.
He's
still alive.
Yeah, just popping a couple beers, hanging out with some local ladies, whatever. It's fine.
Whatever's making him happy.
Yeah, whatever you got.
I want him to be living his best Womack-ass life.
There you go.
But I really do hope that what happened is true and these motherfuckers are going around and they are fighting demons. And who knows, maybe, I mean, like thought cancer, parasites, who the fuck knows what demons are. He didn't really describe except that they're invisible. Mm-hmm. They're real. They're not like, it's not like some hooey metaphor for like bad behavior.
Envy, greed, lust, murder, all kinds of shit.
But again, never, and not, I know we're going to talk about a bunch of different stuff. Did it credit a supreme intelligence or whatever, but never dropped the devil.
No, never did.
So
Interesting.
it doesn't fall into that typical pattern. It could just be one of the other things that was created by a supreme creator, if indeed that's how that shit went down.
Yeah. Okay.
And fuck giraffes.
That's right. Fucking long neck.
So yeah, there's
bitches.
a lot. Like long neck bitches. There's a lot to unpack.
There is. For sure.
It's one of the craziest alien abduction stories ever. And I love it. I love it. Like, I didn't know about this. This one has not been on my radar forever. I saw Cole print some pictures on his Instagram of illustrations he did based on, I think, John Womack's original illustrations that he did. Based on, again, on Rob Christofferson's lending of the book, virtual lending. And I'm like, I immediately gave him a shout. I'm like, the fuck is this, dude?
Yeah.
Why you holding out? Why you holding out on Uncle Robbie? Uncle Crypto's sitting here looking for monsters to write about, and you're fucking holding on to bearded crabmen?
Oh, God.
You son of a bitch.
You little bearded men over
How
here.
dare you, you son of a bitch.
So I guess, if we're strictly dealing with some fucking bizarre hallucination,
which you have to put on the table.
it has to be there because it very well could be. And I guess depending on how vivid your hallucination is, I mean, if somebody dosed him, if you're talking like weird LSD experiment shit, like someone
government experiment, some
dosed him,
weird ass thing.
I mean, that was done back in the day. I don't know why the fuck they would target John Womack.
Well,
but then again, they did just target random people with LSD. They really did.
I mean, if they MK Ultra'd him on like some backwoods road, why would you? It seems so weird though, like the CIA or some comparable agency laying in wait on a dark road for somebody to be alone. Unless, of course, they had already vetted him and they knew he was single and like lived alone or something, and they thought they could get away with it. That's a lot. Or they just pick the first dude driving down in a pickup that doesn't have any passengers, and you wrap him up, dose him up, do a fucking really complex light show, including fireballs and fucking 150 foot, in diameter saucers and spewing light that seems to melt like a delicious golden lava flow across the land. I mean, how the fuck do you pull that off?
Yeah. No, I mean, unless, of course, if he was just dosed by something, or if he drank something, or someone slipped him some shit, and this is just all in his head.
It's all just in his head.
There's no
organized conspiracy to induce a hallucination.
No, just something happened. He all of a sudden, and when you're hallucinating like that, you're not necessarily like, you don't need to have a whole production. You don't need a whole Mormon's version of Hill Cumorah. You're just all of a sudden like, oh shit,
he
things are
thought
fucked.
He saw some shit, tried to get in his car, fucking tripped, knocked himself out, or just literally passed out, slumped up against a tree, dreamed it all.
Like weird fever dreams and shit like that.
Oh, yeah. Fever dreams are the fucking worst.
He went kind of deep with this. So I also, too, like the angle here you're talking about, like the alien just, psychically blasting into his fucking mind, like a Keel, like a Vili type situation where, like, they're here all along and they're coming to you from your fucking mind hole. Like, I love that fucking idea because that is super fucking
the
trippy.
idea that they're not really extraterrestrials at all. I know, like, alternately, like, people like Dr. Stephen Greer loathe, because he's like, oh no, it is completely an extraterrestrial phenomenon, at least based on what little I've read.
I mean, it can be both. It can be an extraterrestrial that's communicating with you just strictly on the level of like your fucking like a psychic playing field.
But of course, there's others that believe there are indigenous intelligences, much more advanced, much older than the human race, that plant thoughts in your mind or are capable of assuming whatever you want to see or whatever they want you to see more accurately.
Yeah.
And so that would explain why fucking old-timey UFOs look like clipper ships in the sky.
Right.
Because they're just extracting your expectations and twisting them around to their
these things definitely, the aliens and shit are definitely, we've definitely dealt with some pretty
weird fucking
bizarre described shit, but these things are like off the fucking wall bizarre, which makes me think, like, what sort of frame of reference would he have to do this?
Well, there's old shows like Outer Limits that were chock full of weird-ass monsters. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Like, pop culture-wise, he definitely, and if he has a decent
old-timey magazines,
he
comic
definitely
books.
Could, like pulp mags and shit like that.
There's no end to weird-ass looking alien references in American pop culture in the early 20th century.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Tarkus. The cool armadillo tank that is just chilling.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That's pretty dope.
Tarkus fucking rules, dude.
So, all right, let's just establish this. One, there are pop culture references easily found by anybody, regardless of where you are, but especially if you're in America.
For sure.
Both published in comic books, pulp magazines, like you said, and on television and in movie theaters that can give you weird ideas. The Metaluna mutants and fucking fucking what's that movie? The Earth movie? I don't know.
Klaatu Varakta Niktu.
This Island Earth,
Yeah.
I think it's called.
There you go.
No, that's fucking Jesus Christ, Day the Earth Stood Still.
Yeah.
So anyway, lots of weird shit. That's a possibility. He gets dosed or doses himself.
Yeah.
See some weird shit. All right, so let's table that because there's really no further we can explore.
No.
There is the possibility of other insidious agents, be they demons, mind parasites, things that may be extraterrestrial, might not be extraterrestrial, that for whatever fucking reason have decided to occupy his head space and fucking just take him on the street. Maybe a positive one, maybe to teach him lessons. Because in the end, it's all about like going green and, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, he releases a tiny zine and then disappears.
Yo, I'm not saying it's effective.
So like for
but
what
anybody
end,
they warn, whether it's small children, you know, at the aerial school in Zimbabwe or who the fuck, you know, the poor fisherman in the Pascagoula abduction, whoever gets fucking warned about all these dire things is not necessarily someone of influence and import that can get the message across in any effective way, which is another reason why skeptics roll their eyes, and even why true believers are like, you know, that's why I think people like Keel are like, there's got to be some sort of cosmic fucking prank going on, because this is a terrible plan. Or they might just really not realize that, like, they might respect each and every member of their species equally and not understand why to tell something to like a president or a doctor or a pilot is going to be more authoritative to the average person than somebody who's just fucking around or a kid or whatever. Yeah. So it's ridiculous. And I think maybe they should be taken seriously, but who knows why?
The insidious fucking demons in your mind coming from space, blasting off from the third fucking moon of Pluto. These aliens, though, the leader especially, is very forthcoming. Unlike other aliens, he's very much like, hey, welcome to the ship. Here's the little bearded guy.
Dude, he's like,
here's George Animal Steel. Come, let me show you stuff. Do you have any questions? Of course you know about Bermuda Triangles and psychics.
Sure.
Like, this is way too forthcoming.
It's concierge type treatment.
It sort of is.
Like, he's showing up and going, yeah, you know, listen, we did knock you out. Here's a video of you coming on the ship.
Yep.
We had to do it. Heart conditions.
Yeah.
We're so sorry. You can leave anytime you want after you take these pills. Oh, wait, you're really happy? And then he doesn't tell him you can split anytime you want until he's got the happy
gives
pills.
him the whole
He's
deal.
like, here's the deal. We didn't just drug you. You're full of fucking demons. This just got rid of them. You're demon free for the first time. You're welcome. Ask me what you want. I'll answer what I feel like.
This is the most interactive and allegedly positive experience the aliens have ever fucking had. They're like, oh, your shit's gone. No more demons. What do you got for me? There you go. 4D chess, which makes me, being the human that I am, if I am human, makes me think that they're fucking with them 100%. Like, there's definitely some insidious shit.
It's too goddamn convenient for one thing.
Super insidious. But again, I don't really know to what end. Besides being like some weird cosmic fuck you. You know, like unless they were extracting shit from him maybe and he just didn't realize it. It just seems very heady. Like super psychedelic, and super heady. Like, and again, they drop him off. He publishes his shit, disappears, makes zero money off of it. And
Helm or whatever his name was owns all the rights.
Yeah, so
it says so, you know, right on the first page.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting one. I mean, again, okay, and obviously if he's making it up.
Yeah,
you know, and if he makes it up, good for fucking him, because you know what, this is interesting as fuck.
Agreed.
This shit's crazy.
I mean, I don't support people making shit up and saying it's real.
But,
obviously,
I mean, if this is his tale that he's like, here's my fucking
if this is proto creepypasta, okay,
dude, this is old school creepypasta.
Yeah, you know that you have to fucking mimeograph. Sure,
yeah. I mean, if it's aliens, angels, or demons, I don't know, man. That's a hard one to fucking nail down. But then again, I don't really see what he has to gain besides releasing some tiny little pamphlet that you're going to pay a shitload of money for on eBay.
Exactly. Nowadays, because it's so rare, but probably went for peanuts back then.
Yeah.
And who knows how much he made out of it, because it looks like fucking Helm was the one publishing this and making all the ducats.
He didn't make any money, and he's apparently just disappeared. So
the thing also that has to be taken into consideration, this guy clearly didn't profit off it. Now, if he just fucking like had a hallucination or whatever, then you just have to live with that. He's
just writing as a fever dream, yeah.
But what makes it very difficult to contextualize is that there's nothing similar in the lore. And we've all read enough of the literature, and we've discussed enough of it, and we've read enough websites, and we've seen enough documentaries. All of us, all of our listeners have. You guys know, we know, like, and there's tropes. There's the grays, there's the probing, there's the medical abductions, there's all the standard shit. Then there's the off stuff, like the Dubno stuff and and to a degree the Pascagoula stuff, even though that also follows some of the traditional patterns. But this really goes off script hard.
Yeah, this takes a hard
the golden helmet,
left.
the weird fucking tech, and we're rescuing the last 4 of everything on every planet we go to. Hey,
it's a super weird Noah's Ark.
It really is, and that's awesome. But it also seems like, are these just like weird cosmic good Samaritans that have no other real context? Like, these people are from 40 billion light years away or whatever fucking the leader claimed. And we're picking up super strongies before their shit goes down and bearded crabs before their shit goes down. And I know that sounded like a terrible reference, but it's literally what they were.
Bearded crabbies.
And fucking whatever else they're doing. And they're just like, you know what? And we know demons are a problem. Our greatest accomplishment. And it could be like they invented something. Their belief system is that there are demons, and this pill just makes you feel super good. So their rationalization is it gets rid of demons. And they could just be getting high and going around and saving lives.
They claim to be fighting demons, though, man. Yeah.
Fresh animal plant air. And not needing that much moisture and doing whatever the fuck space porpoises do.
Yeah, just out there, they're like Scientologists, but like missionaries.
Like Tim Leary on his bus. Just
man.
If you get picked up, you might have a good cosmic ride. You might not.
I like that. We're gonna leave it right there. Just fucking doing some trippy shit out there on their fucking jam. They're like cosmic missionaries, not necessarily Scientologists. Maybe more like Mormons, just out there doing some shit and just being like, you know what, dude.
Just spreading the good word.
Spreading the good word, dude. You're
I think I might have met
dog.
Ken Kesey. I'm not sure. I don't know my psychedelic references like I used to.
I
It's
think
been a while.
Leary was there too.
And Leary was the doctor that was a big proponent of it, but I think Ken Kesey might have been the guy in the psychedelic bus.
Okay, yeah.
Either way, whether they're intergalactic Latter-day Saints or fucking tripadelic fucking, hippie seducing, old men, have at it. I mean, don't be hippie seducing old man. That's scum. But if you're going to like purge people of demons and fucking, make this dude happy.
Yeah.
And even if, like, I hope he didn't spend the rest of his life in angst, but that one night, no matter how weird it got, no matter how dark it got, once it got good, it got as good as it ever got.
It got really good.
And I really hope he's not like chasing the dragon to this day.
No, he's probably not. Dude,
like,
he
just
clearly
waiting
disappeared.
to be demon free again. And I wonder, is it like a permanent state or do you like need doses? Like, is it like antibiotics? And if you don't take that shit for 10 straight days, and I know because I'm still taking my fucking antibiotics, that even if you feel better, which I do not, fucking thanks antibiotics, but even when you feel better, if you stop that shit, you're fucked.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like, I mean, what are the doses on anti-demon pills?
Dude, we'll never, hopefully we don't ever have to know.
Wouldn't you like to try it, though? If you had the chance, if these duck-billed fucks or fucking dolphin-faced weirdos came down, would you pop the pill?
Yeah, I mean, I would try it. I mean, why not? Fuck.
The only thing,
may as well.
Well, there's a lot of things go wrong. Don't take pills from strangers. First off, let me just say that.
That's fucking terrible.
But the other thing that I would have to add to that is that just to me, chasing that would be terrible. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I won't do heroin, but fucking one of them is the thought that the first time, at least based on some reports I've
right,
is the best time.
Yeah.
And after that, you're permanently chasing a high that's never as good. And in the meantime, like stealing fucking your friends' TVs and being a shitheel. Yeah. So that I'm like, I don't need that. I've got enough vices.
I guess we don't really have any reference though for like what it does to you. If it's kind of like a major fucking, it's like an antidepressant or like a, like an SSRI or some shit that just kind of levels off your serotonin. Who knows? But if it's something that's not dangerous, but then again, I don't know if I trust this fucking dolphin fish.
It's exactly
shithead.
It, man. Yeah, don't take pills from strangers.
Yeah, no, what?
I think we got to put a firm stance on that.
What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, I don't fuck no one do this shit.
Especially a stranger who did three fucking things.
Dosed you.
One, fucking knocked you the fuck out.
Yeah.
So you weren't in control of what you were doing.
Not cool.
Abducted you. I'm going to keep adding to this list. It's going to be more than that.
Yeah.
Gave you fucking a lesson in history that endorsed Columbus in a weird way. And then offers you pills that are going to fight invisible monsters in your mind. Yeah.
This is all
There's a lot of red flags.
Hard
now.
No.
Yeah.
This is a hard no.
Because I was sort of with it. I'm like on this cosmic bus. It was
I was there.
Early fucking like the opening credits of like a late 60s Sesame Street.
I was all Ken Kesey'd out. I'm like, dude, we're going to fucking dolphin face people. This is going to be cool. I'm like, wait a minute. Fuck this. I ain't doing this shit.
Dude.
Yeah.
If we came this close.
This is why we're humans. This is why we are filled with fucking the devil and all kinds of bullshit.
Cautionary tales.
Good listeners, do with this what you will. Discuss amongst yourselves in the comments. Let us know what you think. Womack's Weirdos Part 2, The Trip. There it is. Robert, thank you so much. And again, thank you to Cole Harold. And of course, Rob Christopherson over there at Our Strange Skies podcast. Thank you so much, everyone, for their awesome information. And Robert, before we get out of here and head over to record Patreon, which has already been released, but don't tell the people about that.
Man, we don't even know what you're going to already know.
Oh.
That's a mind blower.
Yeah.
Is this all a dream?
We got shoutouts, good sir.
Fuck yes, we do.
What do we got?
S. Goddamn Johnson. I added the goddamn.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much.
Fishman.
Yeah, I love it.
Tastes like a bruise.
Tastes like a bruise. Thank you so
one
much.
word and so evocative, even though I don't know exactly what I'm tasting.
Yeah, a bruise.
Dustin Bowser.
Hell yeah, Dustin.
Brian McClurg.
Thank you, Brian.
E.B. Abby Obi.
E.B. Abby Obi, we love it.
Ben Woodard.
What up, Ben?
Jason Hackman.
Hell yeah, Jason.
Chelsea Gilmore.
What up, Chelsea?
Mike Hansen.
Oh shit, Mike, what's happening?
Baxley Davis.
Oh shit, Baxley, what up?
Daniel Vanderloop.
Thank you, Daniel.
Sexiest boyfriend ever.
All right, thank you.
Well done.
It is.
And for the record, that was Bexley, not Baxley.
Was it Bexley? Oh yeah, I fucked up. Bexley. Yeah,
Bexley
you're right.
Davis.
All right, but the sexiest boyfriend ever is here.
Oh well, I guess.
You.
I mean, not current. I'm not anyone's boyfriend.
You
right
know.
now.
Oh, okay. You're still playing that single card.
Oh, shh.
Wow,
Dude.
All that big discovery money's going to your head, dog.
Oh boy. Oh boys, are boisterous.
There it is.
And Aaron Ron M. Bobick.
Awesome. Thank you all so very much for your continued monthly support. Again, that is patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. $1 is the one bonus audio. $5 is the 4 bonus audios. This week's Patreon that we're going to do, because we missed last week's, unfortunately, is going out to the 1 and the 5. Oh, the doubler.
Nice.
There it is. As always, the Instas and the Twitters and the Facebooks. We're on the socials, mostly Instagram, hanging out, doing our thing. HellerSpace.com. Get those t-shirts. Cryptonautmerch.com. Get more t-shirts over there. We got some more sticker sheets coming. That's happening. The sticker sheets are selling like crazy. Actually.
Really?
Yeah, people love the sticker sheets.
Oh, that's good.
Cool.
More coming.
And of course, as mentioned in the beginning of this episode, The Devil's Academy, the link for that documentary, which is on Discovery Plus and Travel Channel, will be in the description of this podcast. The link I am providing is for Amazon Prime Video. You can check it out there. You can subscribe. You can get your free trial. You can do whatever you got to do. And Rob, the air dates are, what was the other one? Not the one that happened yesterday, but the one.
Oh, I'm not sure what future air dates are. You're just going to have to check
yeah, you
TV
can,
shit.
TV Guide's a thing I found out. Still there, tvguide.com.
And most,
that.
I guess,
yeah.
if you have cable still, then you probably have some weird menu that goes like a couple weeks into the future and tells you what's on.
Yeah, so check it out, Devil's Academy, featuring our very own Rob Morphy, which is super fucking cool. So, excellent job with that, Robert. There it is. Thank you all so very much, and we're talking to you soon.
Indeed. Eyes to the skies.
Demon free
in 23, baby.
Fucking, I love it. What a fucking way to end, dude.
Yes.
I love it. See ya.